He entered the race in 2023 with hype and hundreds of millions of dollars.
All right, home run.
But after hundreds of stops in Iowa and beyond,
Greetings from Florida.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ended his 2024 presidential ambitions in January, posting on social media there wasn't a path forward after a distant and disappointing second in the Iowa caucuses.
If there was anything I could do to produce a favorable outcome, more campaign stops, more interviews, I would do it. But I can't ask our supporters to volunteer their time and donate their resources if we don't have a clear path to victory. Accordingly, I am today suspending my campaign.
It was around the same time DeSantis dropped out that Florida Republicans voted out their chair, Christian Ziegler.
I feel good. I think we're ready to move Florida forward. It's good to have this chapter behind us. You know, the Republican Party of Florida is bigger than one person.
Evan Power took over for the party in January. That's after a woman Ziegler and his wife had a relationship with accused Ziegler of sexual assault. He was never charged, though some believe he'd committed a moral lapse, enough to alienate him from the, quote, party of moral values.
Don't mess with our nature.
Over the summer, protests erupted across Florida after a map maker with the state's Environmental Protection Department leaked the Great Outdoors Initiative. It was a plan to build things like pickleball courts, golf courses, and large lodging at 9 state parks.
You want a pickleball court? Put it in a city park.
The leaker was fired, and DeSantis later said the plan hadn't received his approval, calling it, quote, half-baked, not ready for prime time, and said that the state would gather more input before revisiting the idea next year.
Here's the thing. I'd rather not spend any money on this, right? I mean, if people don't want improvements, then don't do it.
Speaking of spending money,
no woman can go to jail for having an abortion.
The DeSantis administration spent millions of state dollars to run TV and online ads like this, an effort to defeat ballot amendments expanding abortion access and recreational marijuana.
Well, when it comes to defending Florida's laws, Florida's well-being, this is not a new thing. Administrations for generations past have fought to defend state laws and oppose amendments that we believe are going to hurt our way of life.
The governor called them public service announcements to clear up myths about current law and the dangers of weed. But the chair of the Florida Democrats, Nikki Fried, called them something else.
Now, I'm going to summarize your position on that, which I think is, that's bull. Is that fair?
That's fair. Bull and illegal. I mean, I have never in my not only life in politics, but also my studying of politics before, have I seen such government overreach, such usage of government resources. I think John Morgan put it best. They're stealing our money.
Both efforts got a majority of the votes, but failed to reach the 60% needed. Donald Trump, meanwhile, got way more votes than he needed to take the Sunshine State, winning with a historic 13-point percentage margin. He won the White House as well, becoming the first Floridian to lead the nation and vowing to deliver on his promises.
We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country.
Election night was a major victory for Florida Republicans in general. They re-elected U.S. Senator Rick Scott, kept their GOP supermajorities and congressional seats, plus won over Hispanics and independents with a margin that forced Democrats to question what went wrong.
We believed that those independents were going to break heavy for Democrats in this cycle, and they didn't. I mean, they went very heavy to Donald Trump on really 2 issues.
Those issues? The economy and immigration. Fried is now up for re-election in January, and despite the November losses...
What's next for you? Are you sticking around?
I'm sticking around. I'm in this for the long haul to fix this party and to continue building on it.